Welcome to the Big Movement Podcast. If you're ready to create results and make huge strides in your business, finances, personal development, and health, then you're in the right place. Pushing past excuses and powering through procrastination can be a challenge alone. Here, you'll get the support, tools, and knowledge you need to get to the level you desire in your business and life. Let's get started with your host, Byron Ingram.
And welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, we are talking about selling with stories. Once upon a time, stories were told to inspire young minds to be anything and do anything. These stories inspired people everywhere to become who they are today. Yet, as adults, stories are few and far between when it comes to selling what we offer to prospective clients and customers. You see, stories have always been a powerful tool throughout the ages to help convey thoughts, ideas, belief systems. Yet, when it comes to business, they're sorely underutilized today. Why? It's because we've forgotten about the power of them. We've turned into sales machines where we only focus on what is it we must do to make the sale. How can we quickly do it? What can we do to go after that low-hanging fruit? And as a result of it, people's sales numbers are declining. And you might be wondering, why is this the case? It's because we've forgotten that true power of them. The power that stories have to inspire people to take actions they might not have done otherwise. Where they become that rallying cry, that call that says to someone, we must do this. That inspires people to stand up and take action. And the most important thing is they have the ability to help people come together for a common cause. If you're unsure of this, simply look at how media outlets and politicians utilize stories to galvanize their following around a particular cause. Think about the election last year and how people came together on one side versus the other. You look at the news media today, depending on which website you are following or which news channel you're looking at, you'll see different versions of the same story that will pull people towards their belief system, their viewpoint. Yet somewhere in the middle, the actual truth does lie. But the power of the story is there because people are able to connect with them. There's an emotion that's created with every single story that people connect with. And this is why we must utilize them. So you might be asking yourself, so what kind of stories should I tell? I mean, I have a lifetime of them, but some of them are kind of boring. Well, we're going to get into that. See, when you're thinking of the stories you want to utilize, your objective is to first understand what emotions are utilized when it comes to buying your product or services. Do people feel pain when they're coming to you and they want that solved, or they come to you because they're just a pleasure seeker, they're a thrill seeker, like, yes, I must have this. You have to understand the buying psychology of your prospect, because that's going to tell you the stories that you must share, because not every story you have is going to be worth it to share to them, because some stories will cause people to come running to you. And then there's going to be many other stories that are going to make people kind of give you that look where they raise one eyebrow like, what the heck, and go in the other direction. So this is why it's so critical we know how people buy, because then our stories are going to match up. So if you're unsure about the type of story, you still like, okay, well, I know there's a certain type of pain, maybe, this story from way back when or with this client's going to work. I want you to go to either YouTube, or you can go and just watch any TV show. You're going to see them. But I want you to look for pharmaceutical commercials. You might be thinking, well, why those? Because people are promoting a drug. There's nothing special about it. But you look at how they tell a story with imagery. Sometimes there'll be a family involved, or depending on the type of drug, it can really demonstrate the problem someone's having. But they tell a compelling story that makes people think, oh my gosh, I'm feeling this. Maybe I need to see my doctor about it. because that's the only thing that they can do is to sell it via a story, to make it compelling, or they see someone, they're coming out as the victor, that hero's journey, where someone might coming in like, oh my gosh, I feel awful, like, like someone just walked over me with, like used me as a doormat, but then ta-da, here's the miracle drug. They take 2 pills of these in the morning and oh my gosh, now they feel amazing, they're back to normal. And then, of course, they list off, the gazillion side effects, which none of them you really want to have, but because they have to do that. But people are focused on the benefits. Like, oh my gosh, I want that. So guess what they do? They go and talk to their doctor and says, hey, do you have this? And they say, sure, here you go. Congratulations. And that's how it's done. So you have to think of how can you use a story that compels people to want to come to you. See, that's the difference. If you use a sales pitch, you're always having to pitch people. You have to go out there. It's a hunting mentality. But when you create a powerful story, powerful stories get shared over and over. And that causes people to want to come to you. If you're uncertain of this, just look at Facebook. Look at the videos that people share, the ones that are inspiring, the things that make people go, oh my gosh, I needed to hear that today. What do? They share it with somebody because it makes a difference in their lives. On the opposite end of it, you don't see very many people, let's say, sharing a sales video like, oh, this is going to help you with, early hair loss, or, you need to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. You don't see that. But when it's a story that invokes emotions that make people laugh, they make people happy, they make people cry, well, maybe not the crying part too much, but they are things that result in people wanting to share them. And that's what you must do. But there's one more component when you have a powerful story that you create to compel people to want to know more about your product and service. And that is having a compelling call to action. Because you see, that call to action is what makes people decide what to do. And this is often left out because I've seen it over and over with working with clients where they say, but this is an incredible story. I'm listening like, it's a great story, but what are they supposed to do next? Like using dating examples, it's no different. Like I'm speaking from the guy's point of view. If I'm out there, I'm having a great conversation with the woman, and then I just kind of go, okay, see you later. And she's left standing there with like this confused look like, but you didn't ask for my number? What's going on here? But that's what people are doing. They're leaving their prospect hanging. If you want to close the deal, you have to ask for the sale. So in that case, what I would be doing, I'd be asking for her number, like, hey, I love our conversation. Let's have a little bit more. What's your number? Let me give you a call later. And that's what you have to do. Now, granted, it's all based on your business, but you must have that solid call to action based on the product that you're selling, based on the story you're utilizing to have people say, yes, I want to know more and I want to talk to you further about it. Because without that, it doesn't really matter. Because if you don't have a call to action, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to be like, oh, okay, that was a great story. Next. And then someone else comes along with just a call to action. They go, you know what? I do need that. They've kind of forgotten about your story, but the emotional impact is still there. So someone has a call to action. Ta-da! They are now your competitor's client, and you're kind of standing there with that confused, what happened look on your face. And you don't want that. So you must make sure that you have a solid call to action with every single story that you utilize. So that is your homework today. Start using stories and have a powerful call to action at the end of it. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that like button on this, and then share this episode out there, because someone out there needs to hear the power of stories and how it can help them in their business to attract more clients and customers, because it's creating an emotional impact with the people that you are destined to do business with.
Thanks for listening to the Big Movement Podcast today. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now that you've surely been inspired to take your entrepreneurial career and business to the next level, you can stop by the website and get more. And if you're ready to boost your business brand, be sure to grab your free report, 7 Easy Steps to Build Your Brand Today.